little history. Let's get Daniel 8th chapter. Okay. Look at Daniel 8th chapter. We're gonna break the whole chapter down, man. Okay. Cause this is cause our forefather, the prophet Daniel, he saw these major empires. Okay. He saw the Assyrians leading to the Babylonians. He saw the Persians and the Medes. He saw the Greeks. He saw the Romans and the Roman Empire being revised. He saw NATO EU as well, Daniel's 2nd chapter. Because remember, Nebuchadnezzar had that dream, but he didn't even tell his servants in the dream. He said, "You won't tell me my dream that I had and break it down to me." They couldn't do it. He said, "If you don't do it, I'm gonna kill you." But Daniel, he said, "I'm gonna tell you the dream that you had." The Lord revealed the dream unto Daniel. Okay, Nebuchadnezzar's dream. So Daniel told him the dream that he had, then broke it down to him. He said, "Yo, that is the dream I had." Oh, that's what it means? And he got all puffed up because he said, "I'm gold. I'm the gold." Okay. So Daniel seen these things. So Daniel was during the time of the Babylonian Empire, and he seen what happened during the Greek Empire. Right here. Read it.
Daniel 8, what's verse?
Start at verse 1. Read the whole chapter.
Right. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 1. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar,
Belshazzar was a grandson of Nebuchadnezzar, okay?
a vision appeared unto me, even unto Daniel, after that which appeared unto me at the first.
At the first, okay?
And I saw in a vision, and it came to pass when I saw that I was at Shushan in the palace, which is in the province of Elam, and I saw in a vision, and I was by the river of Ulai.
Right, Ulai. He by the river of Ulai, the province of Elam. All right, he got this vision, okay?
Verse 3, then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram which had 2 horns.
A ram that had 2 horns, okay? Which is what goes to the Persian and the Medes. And this chapter actually break down itself. They're going to say it later on in the chapter, but we'll break it down right now. The ram is going to Persian and the Medes. It had the 2 horns, Persian and the Medes, okay?
And the 2 horns were high, and one was higher than the other.
So one was higher than the other. Who was that was higher than the other? The Persian Empire. Because they became mightier than the Medes. The Medes were Japheth. Persian with the Elamites, also those today in Iran. Right?
It says,
so, we got it here.
In the higher came a blast. I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, so that no beast might stand before him.
Boom. So they was spanning the empire, conquering all of that stuff, man. First means that was the empire. That was their time to rule, their time to reign. So they pushed westward, southward, northward, and no one could stand up before them. Okay, go ahead.
It says, neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand.
Boom. No one, so the Lord set them up. Okay, because Daniel already seen this happening as well. Well, he's seeing it right now during the Babylonian Empire. He's seeing who come about to rule next. Right, also, in the 5th chapter, right, it says what? Man, it's fucking close, man. Daniel, the 5th chapter says what? The writer has on the wall. Okay, he said, your kingdom has many take of farce, and your kingdom have been weighed in the balances and found wanting, and shall be given to the Persian and the Medes. So he knew who was about to come next, and that's the ram with the 2 horns. That's he's showing right there as well. You got it.
It says, but he did according to his will and became great.
Right.
And as I was considering, behold, and goat.
So while he was considering, he like, damn, that ram, 2 horns, one greater than the other, just pushing, this week I literally seeing. So he's like, while he's considering like what this is going into, what this mean, to see what else happened.
It says, and as I was considering, behold, an he-goat came from the west.
A he-goat came from the west, and that's also Matthew 25th chapter when it goes to the Lord setting the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. It goes to represent what the wicked, Esau, Edom. All right, so we go to the Greeks, yeah.
On the face of the whole earth and touched not on the ground, and the goat had a notable horn between his eyes.
So that goat, the Greeks had a notable horn between his eyes. Who's that? Alexander the Great. Or also Alexander the Greek or the freak. All right, because that dude was a fucking freak. Alexander was Persian boy lover. That's why he split his kingdom to his 4 generals, man. It's actually going to break that down as well, yeah?
It says, verse 6, and he came to the ram that had 2 horns.
Right, so he came to the ram that had 2 horns, man. He pulled up on the Persian and Medes, ready for war. To conquer their ass, man. Yeah?
It says, and he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had standing before the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power.
And he ran to him in the fury of his power, so the Lord set Alexander to freak up to take over the Persian Mede Empire, man. It was their time. Yeah.
Verse 7, and I saw him come close to the ram, and he was moved with cloud against him, and smote the ram.
Read that one more time, Salaki.
Verse 7, and I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with choler.
Choler. The word choler goes to bitterness or enrage. Right? So he wants to take their ass down. He ain't like them. He ain't like the Persian Medes, Alexander. So he said, I'm gonna murder these, I'm gonna take them down. I'm gonna rule, man. And I believe 12 years he reigned. Okay? A short amount of time, but it took him a short amount of time to conquer everybody. Because the Lord was with him. The Lord, it was his time.
Right.
All right? And I believe the priest showed him this too. The priest showed him it's time to rule, and that's why Alexander was kind of at peace with Jacob. You know, he was at peace with us, man. He wasn't really like trying to like, you know, violate, but we're gonna break it down chapter someone from that fucking these Edomites, man. They have that disdain for us, man. It's always gonna come out regardless, cat.
Verse 7, I saw him come close to the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram, and break his two horns, and there was no power in the ram to stand before him.
They lost their power. Okay, they lost their power. He broke the two horns. The Persians and the Medes, he ripped their ass apart. And now he reigning, now he ruling. Go ahead.
And there was no power in the ram to stand before him.
They had the Persian Mede Empire had no more power to even stand up against this man. All the army defense, everything is shot. All they knew, you know, okay.
It says, but he cast him down to the ground and stamped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand.
That's it. He took the ass down. The Greeks took them down under the rule, under the authority of Alexander, that notable horn. Okay, you got it? Okay, let's lock this up. Yeah.
So it says, verse 8, therefore the he-goat waxed very great.
So the he-goat, the Greek Empire waxed very great. Okay, under the authority of Alexander, okay?
It says, therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken.
The great horn. So when they got strong, mighty, all right, the great horn was broken. What does that mean? Alexander the Great died. All right, when he died, what happened?
And it came up 4 notable ones toward the 4 winds of heaven.
Who's the 4 notable ones? Cassander, Lysimachus, Seleucus, and Ptolemy. Okay, those are his 4 generals, man. We're gonna read that in Macedon as well. Okay, those are 4 generals, the 4 notable ones. All right, they started pushing their kingdom to different parts of the realms. All right, I forgot. I had to look it up. Got it.
Verse 9. And out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceeding great, toward the south, and toward the east, and toward the pleasant land.
Right, and who's that? That's Antiochus Epiphanes. Okay, because he's the brother of Seleucus. But right quick, let me see something right quick. Let me look this up right quick. Did I still got it? Yeah, I think I still got it. It's kind of small. Let me look this up. Right? So, yeah, that's the 4 generals. So I want to see like where they ruled that. But yeah, brothers look it up. I remember I forgot one of them, they got Macedonia, other one pushed towards Ptolemy, pushed towards Egypt. Okay, you had Seleucus that pushed toward Asia Minor. All right, Lysimachus pushed a little upward. Right, but so you got it. You brothers can look that up as well. Get the map and get into it. Study session, you got it.
I'm gonna read verse 9 again.
No, bring it up.
And out of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceeding great, toward the south. Was that the one?
Yeah.
Toward the south, toward the east, and toward the pleasant land.
What's the pleasant land? Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, the city of peace. Okay, it's people for his place, us, the pleasant land, the holy land. So he wanted to conquer us, man. Okay, and he became great. And so Epiphanes, man, the 4th. You got it.
Verse 10, and it waxed great even to the host of heaven.
He was the host of heaven, man. Go ahead.
And it cast down some of the hosts and of the stars to the ground and stamped upon them.
Putting us to death. That's going to the Israelites. Okay? He started putting us to death. He started casting us down, man. All right? Slaughtering us. Hellenizing us. That's what we get this is the Hellenistic period right here. Okay? Daniel was seen it during the Babylonian Empire, man. And we're going to go into the history with the Greeks and how it happened. We will get the victory we got over this devil, man. And we will get the victory again today. In 2022, whatever year the Lord comes back, it could be 2023, 2024, 2025. We don't know the exact year at the time, but we know we're going to get the victory over this devil soon. Okay? You got it.
Verse 11, yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host.
So he got proud even to the prince of the host, man. Okay? To the Most High and his son. He got proud. Okay? He magnified himself. All right. He said, man, I'm the God, man. I'm gonna take the Israelites down, man. God's people. I'm gonna take the Jews down. All right. Yeah.
It says, yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away.
See, by him the daily sacrifice was taken away. Our custom, our culture, our heritage. He took that away. You say you can't. We can go to that in Maccabees. I'm recording right now, right quick. You can't keep Sabbath days. You can't even say you're a Jew. All right. All should be one. All right. And everyone consented to him. All right. Back then, except for those that revolted, man. Those that rebelled against them. All right. The righteous rebels of Israel. You got it.
Right. Verse 12. And a host was given him against the daily sacrifices by reason of transgression, and it cast down the truth to the ground.
Yep.
And it practiced and prospered.
And it practiced and prospered. They started doing they wanted to transfer and worship Zeus, Hercules, all the different Greek mythology. Jake started them Greek mythologies. They tried to get us to worship these things. All right, practice their customs.
Yeah.
See that? And they even tried. They did it. A lot of Jakes did that. That's why in the New Testament, during the time of the Roman Empire, a lot of Jakes thought that they was Greeks. And some of them were Grecians, but they was Greek-speaking Jews. They knew they was Israelites, but they spoke Greek. You got those that actually thought they was Greeks. They was Greek. And they spoke Greek, just like the Greek, worshiped the Greek gods. All right? And that's who, at first, Apostle Peter was sent to. Started with Cornelius, because the Lord deals with things in order. But that was later commissioned the Apostle Paul to go to the Gentiles, Israelite foreigners, man.
Right.
All right? That's what that's going. That's why they also took it out of the book, because we connect these dots, and it's like, oh, that's what that's going into.
Right.
So you Christian can't say nothing, man. You can't be like, oh, nah, the Greeks are actually Greeks. No, Greeks were not actually Greeks. You had those that were, yes, you got Greeks, but you had Israelites that was Greek. Israelites that thought they was Greek. But today, it was like the American.
Right.
If I said, I'm gonna bring up a slot. If I said Jake over right now, what's your nationality? I'm American. He's a Greek. Okay, he's a fucking Greek. You got it.
Right. And I hate to take a page out of Bishop Nathaniel's book, but in his interview, he was like, ask a Jake right now, ask the Southern Kingdom Jake, who were you before slavery? And they're not gonna know, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you don't know your history and you don't know who you are, then you're a Gentile, okay?
Yeah. We all, matter of fact, I'm gonna read a quick precept. Brother that said that, right? Watch this. Hold that, Mama.
I also skipped over a part of the precept, so I'm gonna read it over again.
Yeah, so you can start with you skipped over. I'm gonna read the breakdown again. Right quick. This is the book of Ulai. Ephesians 2:11. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision, but that which is called circumcision in the flesh made by hand. So in times past, we were called Gentiles, like one of us.
Right, and it says in the flesh because those Gentiles, Israelite foreigners that was Hellenized, they was physically uncircumcised.
Yeah.
So that's why it says in the flesh.
Oh, Slack it. That's what they did during the Maccabees, during the Greek Empire. They literally made you. They say, yo, you better not even circumcise your sons.
Right.
So a lot of the women, they stopped doing it, but some they still were circumcising their sons, and they were getting tossed over something. I think it was something they were putting women to death.
Right.
So a lot of those women, they come back and they part of the elect because they say, I'm still circumcise my son. I fear the Lord, man.
Right. And that's why Esau took the Apocrypha out of the scriptures, because now you don't have a full deck of cards for the majority of Christians, why they can't understand and get over that stumbling block of the Apostle Paul going to the Gentiles, is because they don't got the Apocrypha and they don't understand the history that happened during the Grecian Empire.
Right.
All right. So if you don't got a full deck of cards, then you're not gonna know the full breakdowns.
That's right.
But,
read that.
Yep. Daniel chapter 8 and verse 11. Yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down.
Which is the temple. All right, he sacked the temple. Okay, he put harlots and pigs and all type of wickedness in the temple. All right, it's abominations. He commanded for us to sacrifice abominations in the altar, in the temple. Okay, which I'm gonna get the count. We gonna get the count with Mattathias. He was zealous for Yahweh Shema Shai. He saw Jake doing that, and we put that nigga to death, man. Right there on spot, killed him. He said, listen, yo, listen. We will read it. I'm keep quoting it. We will read it, guys.
Verse 12, and the host was given him against the daily sacrifice by the reason of transgression, and it was cast down the truth to the ground, and it practiced and prospered. And I heard one saint speaking, another saint said unto that certain saint which spake, how long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of the desolation, to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden underfoot?
So it was like, how long, man? You know, how long? Okay, and the saints are the Israelites. Okay, got it.
Verse 14, and he said unto me, unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed.
Which is roughly 6 years and 6 and 1/3 years. Okay, and from the time Esdras started doing this until the time the Lord raised up Judas Maccabees and got the victory is that time. Okay, so that's how long it lasted. And so the people have been reigning for a minute, right? Because he was fighting different wars against the Romans, and he was mad that he lost certain wars, so he came back. I'm gonna Hellenize these jakes, man. You know, he's gonna take his anger out on us. All right, so from the time of him really Hellenizing us, doing all that wickedness, 6 years later, I think 6 and 1/3 years, because he put that up. That's what that is. That's when the Lord gave us a victory with Judas Maccabees, man. Okay, the prophecy what fulfilled. This already took place. So Christians can't say, "Oh, it's gonna happen," and no, this already happened. All right, you got it.
Right. Verse 15. And it came to pass when even I, Daniel, had seen the vision and sought for the meaning, then behold, there stood before me as the appearance of a man, and I heard a man's voice,
which is I believe Gabriel was going to say it. I'm not mistaken.
All right. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of Ulai, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision.
Yeah, make this man to understand. No, so the man told Gabriel, or with both angels, to make this man understand it. Let him break this down to him. Let him understand what's going on. You got it?
It says, so he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid and fell upon my face. But he said unto me, understand, O son of man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision.
Yeah.
Now as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground, but he touched me and set me upright. And he said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the inclination, for at the time appointed the end shall be.
Yeah, which Greek, the Greek Empire, all right, was the start of Esau's like main rulership to now. So Edomite rulership, Edomite supremacy started with the Greeks. All right. So this is what indicated the end.
Right.
He's the end of the world.
Right.
That's what Daniel sees.
That's why in Revelation chapter 13, it starts off with the beast starts off with the leopard. Okay.
That's right.
Representing the Grecian Empire.
Right.
You see? So Esau getting his fatness over the earth, ruling over the earth, like the brother said, represented the end of this age. Okay? So verse 20, the ram which thou sawest having two horns are the kings of Media and Persia.
It broke it down. Alright? So Christian, you can't, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? It literally says what it was talking about. It's the kings of Persia and Media. Persia and Medes, you got it? That's the ram with two horns. Right?
Verse 21, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia.
The rough goat is the king of Grecia. Okay?
And the great horn that is between his eyes in the first king.
Is the first king. Okay? Who's the first king? Alexander the Great. Okay?
Now that being broken, whereas four stood up for it, 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his
yeah, you got it.
But not in his power.
But not, read that one more time, Slack.
Verse 22, now that being broken, whereas 4 stood up for it.
Slack, the one that being broken, Alexander the Great, being broken, 4 stood up for it, yeah?
4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation.
What's the 4 kingdoms? The Seleucid Empire, the Ptolemaic dynasty. All right, you had Cassander over there with Macedonia. Then you had Lysimachus, which you can look it up. Which I'll do that right quick. All you got to type in the 4 kingdoms of the Greeks. The 4 kingdoms. Four kingdoms of Greece after Alexander the Great. Let's see what pops up. Macedonia, Egypt, Syria, and Pergamon. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. The Hellenistic kingdoms. read this part right here. It says, Alexander's death was sudden and his empire disintegrated SHAQADAN into a 40-year period of war and chaos in 321 BCE. The Hellenistic world eventually settled into 4 stable power blocks: the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, the Seleucid Empire in the east, the kingdom of Pergamon in Asia Minor, and Macedon. All right, so earlier I probably messed up with the Seleucid over in Asia Minor because it says Pergamon Asia Minor. But in the event, 4 kingdoms. Okay, that's how good Google Church, you know, is good. All right, you got it, King.
It says, verse 23, and in the latter, in verse 23, and in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up.
Yep. Which is Ezra's Epiphanies, yeah.
And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully and shall prosper in practice and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people.
Right? Who's that? The Israelites. So it was in his power to destroy us, the mighty people, the Israelites, yeah.
And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes.
Slack it right quick. I looked it up. So Pergamon, right? That was from the line of Lysimachus. So Lysimachus became the Pergamon dynasty. Okay, and you also got what brothers know this already. Let me go back. Egypt, Ptolemy. Okay. Oh no, I skipped it. Seleucus. Oh no, I thought that was good. Let me see. Seleucus. What's that? Okay, kingdoms of the east, the Seleucid, kingdom of Egypt, Ptolemy, kingdom of Syria. No, kingdom of Syria, Seleucids. See, I'm mixing it up. That's good to mix things up. Yeah, the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, Seleucid Empire in the east, kingdom of Pergamon, the Lysimachus in Asia Minor, and Macedon, Cassander. All right, that's what clarify that for the spirit. All right, you got it.
All right, so I'm gonna read that again.
Yep. The water.
Verse 24. Verse 25. Verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He also shall stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
What does that mean he was broken without hand? He died of an incurable disease. He didn't die by a sword, you know what I'm saying, a shield, a bow and arrow. The Lord placed him with an incurable disease, man. And he died alone. The soldier can be around him when he's stunk. Okay? That's how you know who he's talking about. It's his Epiphanies. Okay? The fourth, the brother of Seleucid. You see that? You got it.
And the vision of the evening and the morning which was told is true. Wherefore she thou up the vision. Wherefore shut thou up the vision, for it shall be for many days. And I Daniel fainted and was sick certain days. Afterward I rose up and did the king's business, and I was astonished at the vision, but none understood it.
So no one can understand it, but now we have to understand it. We can break that down, like brothers did through the Spirit just now, through the Spirit of Shushan. He gets a glorification. Okay.